There comes a time in most children's schooling when they're told that they must read the classic F. Scott Fitzgerald novel, The Great Gatsby. Now, some people love it, some people hate it. It's a very decisive book. But the fact of the matter is, it's so well known, there's been many adaptations of it. And the latest film adaptation, directed by Baz Luhrmann, I recently rewatched for the first time since its release in 2013. If you don't know the story, it's about a young man named Nick Carraway, and he lives a modest life, and he happens to live next door to this guy who's shrouded in mystery. But the one thing known about the man is he can throw one hell of a party. In fact, he throws parties all the time. And one day, Nick is invited to the party, and he hears all these different legends and rumors about the elusive Jay Gatsby. That's his neighbor, the guy throwing the party. He finds out nobody really knows who Gatsby is. They've never met him. And it turns out Gatsby invited Nick specifically to the party, and Nick realizes nobody else got an invite. Other people just show up. And Nick gets in the good graces and meets his neighbor. It turns out Gatsby really likes Nick and befriends him, and he might have alternative motives. He wants Nick to end up setting up a meeting with Nick's cousin, Daisy Buchanan. That's right. It turns out that Jay Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan used to be lovers, and Jay ended up going into the war, and he didn't think he was good enough for Daisy. He wanted to make money and then come back and win her over again. And he's done that. He made a lot of money. But it turns out Daisy's already married to a philanderer named Tom Buchanan. And Nick knows that Tom's cheating on her. Nick has to keep Tom's secret, and then eventually Daisy's secret, and it's just a man stuck in a hard place. Now, this movie is beautiful looking, although it's all CG, and the CG doesn't hold up very well 11 years later. But the acting is top-notch. As Jay Gatsby, you have Leonardo DiCaprio. As Nick Carraway, you have Tobey Maguire. Carey Mulligan brings the illustrious Daisy Buchanan to life, and Joel Edgerton brings the edge into Tom Buchanan. And this movie's so stylized. It's like a hip, fun movie. It has these rap beats. I think Jay-Z scored the movie, and his music's all in it. This movie is really fun and worth checking out if you haven't seen it in a while. And if you've never seen it, check it out. Now, it's not the best. It's not the worst. If you want a little classic flair, you can go back and watch the old Robert Redford movie, which is a little more time period, not as CG heavy. My only flaw with this movie, besides the CG at the time, is I think it was filmed in a high frame rate, so things are happening super quick, kind of like Mad Max Fury Road, and it takes a while to get going, and it is a bit of a long movie. It's a little over 2 hours, I think, but it's pretty good. Check out The Great Gatsby, directed by Baz Luhrmann, and check out my movie review podcast, Movie Toast News and Reviews, available wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, and please stay toasty.